Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the live stream. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics coming to you live from the fish room. How is everybody doing this evening? It seems like everybody's been very active in the chat, and for that reason I'm very happy to have you all with me tonight. Looking to saying hello to a few of the faithful ones and to those of us that are just chiming on. Hi to Daryl Deemer. Hi to Chewy Limited. We also have, I know I saw some others. Silly Susie's in the house. We have Don Gallagher. Hi, everybody. We've got Scott's Aquatics. We have Full Moon Aquatics. Hello, dear. Good to see you. And Vanoski's Tanks is in the house. Flynn's Fish Forum. Hey, Flynn, how are you doing, young man? Are you in your senior year and ready to graduate yet? And Diego from phchanges.com is in the house. Well, hello, everybody. How are you doing? I'm a little tired, but I hope that you all are doing well. And again, I want to say thank you for joining me tonight. I'm going to adjust my audio a little bit because it is peaking on my end. So I guess we'll go ahead and do the original and ask for mic check, and video. Can you see me? Oh my goodness. It's hard to smile when you have fish dying, and it's hard to smile when you don't have the solution. I've lost all but 4 of my rainbow fish. I spoke with Lucas, and I said because they're swimming in the stream of the flow of the filter, I assume they're not getting enough oxygen. I've got 2 hang on the back filters. I've got a sponge filter in there. I just don't know what to do. Flynn says, I'm doing well. Very busy with final essays right now, LOL. I'm in the 11th grade, so next year I'll be in my last year. So happy to be almost out. That is so awesome. And what are your future plans? If you ever have the opportunity, Flynn, I want to do a collab with you. So you let me know if Tuesday nights are good for you, or if, another time. Thanks, Don. There's Storm Riders Aquatics. Hello there, Melvin. How are you doing? 54 Punchy Sue is in the house. Hey, Pam. Thank you, Full Moon Aquatics. I've got Cory eggs all over the glass, which is unusual. So I know the water parameters. Remember the last time I checked the pH? Arachnid Aquatics. All right. What's up? The other day, at first the pH was reading 7.9, which I feel now was maybe a false reading, because when I checked it this past week, I have video coming out and everything that I have to edit. But I did another water test after an 80% or 70% water change, because I felt like if there was something in the water that was disturbing them, and believe me, I always double my dechlorinator because I use API products, and it's Stress Coat Plus with the aloe vera in it to help with their slime coats. I'm not seeing anything on their scales. Their gills are not, I don't see any gill flukes, no parasites. I quit feeding the parasite food or anti-parasite foods. But anyway, I did a retest on the water parameters. My pH came out 6.0, and I can't remember. I can't remember what it was before, but after the water change, the pH came up to 6.6. Nitrates came down to 40, so my nitrates were off the scale, like 160. With all of those plants in there, I don't get it. I'd like to go to a university in Halifax for entrepreneurship, business, e-commerce. I'd like to get a job somewhere for a while, then create my own company. Yes, sir. Those are the type of plans that I like to hear, especially from an intelligent young man like yourself. And I'd totally be interested to do a collab. Thanks, Flynn. And if everybody doesn't know Flynn's Fish Farm, you know what we do. We show love for love. Visit each other's channel. You go to the right of their name. There's 3 dots. The top menu item is go to channel. You can go to the channel, and if you choose to, you can subscribe to them, hit the notification bell, watch a couple of their videos, show some love, click that like button, and leave a comment. Hello, Big Easy Support Group. How are you doing, Mark? Show the love, leave a like. Thank you. Maybe an ammonia spike from the breeding, Susan. There's no breeding going on in this tank, except from the corridors and the mystery snails. It's possible that I have too much stock in that tank, and the oxygen in the water column is not sufficient for the stocking. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Water qualities, pH changes, fish growth, multiplication. You know, when you have an increase in stock from breeding, like she said. I'm doing good, Susan. With my phone problems, I'm getting a new phone Thursday, and I'm switching from Metro to T-Mobile to Boost Mobile again because of the ridiculous prices. I understand, Melvin. I know we've been missing you in the lineup, and I always check at 5 o'clock just to see if you've gone live. But we're missing you. Don says, do you have hard water out of the tap, Susan? Yes, I did a test on my tap. I have 7.2 out of my tap, and I even have 5.5 ppm nitrate. I have nitrate coming out of my tap. So when I just don't know. I'm tired tonight. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my brain working. Reels Tanks is in the house. Hello. How are you doing? And thanks for the shout out. You're welcome, Flynn. Don says, with a sponge filter and 2 hanging on the backs, I don't think it's oxygen. They are swimming literally in the current. and one's hanging out underneath of the filter, all paled out. Well, he's actually dropped down. I took one out today that passed away this morning. Maybe add a bubble sponge. I have a air stone in there, and the sponge filter is blowing great bubbles. My water level's down an inch, so there's lots of bubbling going on in the water column. I had high nitrates off the scale, 160. I did a 70% water change. The nitrates came down to 40. I know I'm going to have to do another water change to keep the nitrates down. It's a puzzle. I'm trying to work it out. Kent's Fish is in the house. Hello, Kent. Let me scroll back up because I know I missed some folks coming in, or some people's comments. I know Chewy said he'd love to have 6.0 pH, but see, my 6.80 pH is a negative on my end due to the fact that it was caused by high nitrates, which are also deadly. The ammonia level was just slightly, you know, like not quite 0.25. I am using black sand substrate that is about 4 years old. I capped it with about a ½ an inch of black sand a week ago, but the problems were happening before I capped the sand. And believe the reason I capped it was I don't think I capped it enough. I needed to add some more. And I have cleaned out the filter media in tank water during a water change 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I was already having problems with the fish dying. So the fish have been dying for the last month. I don't know if my water company put anything in the water. There is no stress in the denison barbs. There's no stress in the angelfish, and there is absolutely no stress in the corydoras. They are enjoying the large water changes. Don says then 6.0 is not good. I know. That's just like pouring acid on them. Huh. I didn't think about that, Chewy. I didn't test for ammonia out of the tap. One day this week I'll try to do a water test on all of the ammonia, the nitrite, the nitrate, the pH. I'll try to do all 4 tests from my tap this week and give you all the results. Royal Fishes Aquatics is in the house, guys, and he's going to be my special guest Friday morning at 9 o'clock. So don't forget to sign on Friday morning at 9 o'clock. Carlos, welcome to the live stream tonight. I hope that your fish are on the way. I'm not getting any information from the tracking. I don't like that. Chewy says, no, 6.0 is not good. At Don Gallagher, it is something in that tank. Could be the substrate. I think because I was concerned with the tank being overstocked to begin with when I bought the rainbows and the denison barbs from Billy Self at the same time for my 55. There was nothing else in here, but it was a well-established tank, and I had within weeks sold an angelfish, a red shoulder sevrum, and a paradise fish. So I did overstock them. But my main concern right now is that the Denison barbs look like they have doubled in size. So to me, that increases the livestock that you have in the aquarium due to fish growing in size. Everything fish, hello, how are you doing? Could it be a bacterial or virus? I can get my... I have been looking for bacterial and virus. There is no evidence. I've been treating them for over a week with anti-parasitic medicated flakes. Hey, Rockford Fish Keeping, how are you doing? I agree with Don with all that there's plenty of water movement. Thanks. With your water having nitrates, it's probably accumulating. Yes, I'm sure. I'm just going to have to keep up the water changes to see if the ones that I have left improve any. Everything Fish says, hello Storm Riders Aquatics. I can't wait for the shout out. That is going to be awesome. Reels Tanks is saying hi to Daryl. Cindy M's in the house. Hey Cindy, how are you doing? I would get that pH back up to match your tap, Don says. Yes. The 6.6 was within the hour. So I'm going to do another test. Let's see, tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm going to do another test tomorrow morning on all of the parameters to see where it's at. I've been keeping a log. I've been doing video logs. Royal Fish Aquatics, welcome Susan. Thank you. Rockford Fish Keeping says, I think if your pH is 6.0, you can't have any ammonia. It just won't happen. I had 0.25 ppm. And that was due to, I think, fish death. I really do. That 0.25 was after I had pulled a dead fish out. So, and it was half eaten or half decayed. So I think that's where that ammonia came from. Full Moon Aquatics says, my only other guess is something died like a snail. Oh, water companies put more chlorine and chloramines in water when there is a lot of rain. Yes, and I've been doubling and tripling up on my dechlorinator because it also has aloe vera in it to help with their slime coats. Their colors and scales look beautiful. They just are lethargic and they're swimming in the flow. I'm going to show it to y'all in a few minutes. Yep, at least I would be adding some crushed coral. I did add some crushed coral to one of the hang on the back filters after this last water change. Melvin says, thank you very much, Susan of SLC. I will be back soon. I miss you all too. I have a new intro and outro out. Last week I tried doing a video about the changes to the channel, but the phone died on me. Dear, I have watched your last two videos. I didn't leave a comment, but I did leave a like. Is Kid Jake Fish Kid Jake in the house? Hello. Fish Kid Jake, good to have you with us tonight. Don says, I have had pH swings due to low KH. I raised the pH with baking soda, 1 teaspoon per 30 gallons. I started to do that, but I didn't know what the formula was. Everything fish, awesome. Diego says, yeah, but you got plenty of filtration and do weekly water changes, right? Yes, I do. And the high nitrates could have been due to a fish. I keep a count on my rainbows because they're an endangered species. So over the last month, I've lost 6. Not quite one a week, but sometimes 2 a week. So I am a little vexed about that. They were swimming, a few of them were swimming in the regular, swimming across the front of the tank earlier today. Now they're back in the current. They are eating, because when I feed them, they come out of the current, they eat, and they go back into the current. I don't know if it's spawning activity, and I don't know. I've got another one about to pass away. Tiffany White is in the house. Hello, Tiffany. Lurking and cleaning tanks. Have fun. How many tanks do I have? I have 17 tanks. Fish Kid Jake, and a 125-gallon pond on my front porch that houses 7 goldfish, and I have a 20-gallon tub that houses 1 goldfish, and a 40-gallon tub that right now is raising duckweed. Science Gal Aquatics, hello, how are you doing? Good to have you in the house tonight. We need to do another all-girls live stream, don't you think, Carrie? Gerardo Rivera's in the house. Hello, Gerardo. How you doing? Good to see you. Full Moon Aquatic says, you guys don't throw things at me, but I would try using Cecum Stability. Maybe add Purigen. I'm not going to throw anything at you. Oh, chemicals, right? Yeah. Arachnid Aquatic says, you ever tried using duckweed? I use that when I have nitrate problems. If it wasn't for not hating duckweed so bad, I would try some. My 29-gallon is covered in it. My 10 gallons covered in it. One of my 5 gallons is covered in it. The tanks that don't have duckweed in it, I don't want duckweed. But I know what you're saying. It is a nice cure-all. Tiffany says, howdy. Deborah Sanders is in the house. Hello, Deborah. How are you doing? Sorry to hear you're losing fish. Yeah, Deborah. Oh, my hubby, Mr. SLC Aquatics, is in the house. Hey, Rod Core. Sup, he says. Hey, honey. Keeping fish simple. Hi. Welcome to the live stream tonight. We're talking about pH swings, fish death, fish growth. An article I read about what really causes pH to drop is carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide is a waste that fish put off. And plants also put off carbon dioxide at night when there's no light and no photosynthesis going on. And when you have high nitrates in the water column, that helps also bring the pH down to an acidic base. So, like I said, the mystery is the rainbow fish are the only fish affected. So it's something that I don't know about rainbow fish that I'm not giving them. And I hate that. As a fish keeper, you want your fish to be happy and healthy. And if there's something you're doing as a fish keeper, you feel like a failure. But I know we learn through our failures and our losses and our mistakes. But I hate to lose a whole colony of rainbow fish. And they were my dream fish. They are my dream fish. So I probably will put these denison barbs up for sale. I have 6 of them that are right now at 3.5, 4 inches long. Chewy says, I think it has a lot to do with the water source. If they are adding ammonia, that is definitely going to affect the pH swings. Not very good for guppies. Ammonia turns into ammonium. That's true, Chewy. And hopefully they're not putting ammonia in my water, because I had just 0.25. And that was after I took a half decayed fish out. Dawn says, no, she can have ammonia at 6.0. It will be the much less toxic NH4, not the more toxic NH3. Thank you, Dawn. Fish Kid Jake says, if you like fish, hit the like button. Thank you, Jake. Chewy says, both can cause death, ammonia and ammonium. That's true. Fish Keeping Simple, what type of rainbows? They are Bosemani rainbows, and they are, I don't know what you consider them, juveniles yet. They are fully colored, so they are young adults. And I have more males than I had females. I've got one female left that is dying. She's very paled out, and she's already having central nervous system jitters. So to those of you who don't want to see sick and dying fish, when I switch the camera over, don't look at it. But to those who want to see it and help me diagnose it, let me grab my camera. I'm going to switch over and have to adjust this camera. Well, not too bad. All right, up in the right-hand corner, the little female that is real paled out, you can see she's having central nervous shimmers right now. I'm not following the chat. We got 2 swimming in the current, and then over here, there's one down by the angelfish. And as you see, the denison barbs are pretty well swimming all over the tank from one end to the other. And the angelfish is not stressed. And down front, well, they've moved, but the peppered corridors were spawning just a few seconds ago. But that's what's going on with my rainbows. So if anybody can explain this behavior besides lack of oxygen, let me know. Okay, that's enough. Let's see. Don Gallagher says this could be a fish problem and not water chemistry. Hope you get it figured out. Sure can be frustrating. Yeah, Don, and I understand that you can get bad fish. And I know that I don't know how long Billy had them in his aquarium before he sold them to me. So I do have the original source that they came from, but I'm not familiar with that company at all. And like I said, it's just the rainbows. And the only thing I have added within the last 2 months, I do believe, is just the mystery snails that I got from Fish Room Fever, James. So, and they're laying eggs everywhere. Valley Fish, hello. Don says, yep, it is very frustrating and it's disheartening. Like I said, as a fish keeper, you want to provide what your fish need. And I did raise the temperature to 80 degrees, which it was already at 78. So I didn't raise the temperature that much. I do know raising the temperature also decreases the oxygen level. So if there is a carbon dioxide poisoning situation or still high nitrate poisoning going on, gee golly, I can rack my head over this over and over again, and that's why I wanted to bring it to you. And I don't want this to be a downer to everybody, because eventually I'm going to get off of this subject. But as fish keepers, you know, thank God if you haven't had any problems in your tanks, thank God for it. But the longer you keep fish, you will run into some problems. And I'm hoping that some of the things that I share with you will help you quickly eradicate your situation before you have large fish death. So if I ever find out, Lucas is helping me. He's trying to come up with a solution as well. And, you know, I don't think these guys are going to make it. So I'm afraid to do anything drastic like throw some baking soda in there and do another 50% water change. And I don't know, was it Full Moon Aquatics that suggested the Purigen? I'm not familiar with those chemicals, but I will look into their chemical makeup and maybe order some before I lose everybody. I can't wait to do it either. Everything Fish, I can't wait until you do the intro. Great, looks like you got some things coming up. I wish I could have that many tanks, Jake. Jake, you're young, and I'm an old lady, but you don't have to wait to be an old man before you can get. But you do have to make sure you have some income and your parents' approval, and you have the room and the support. So maybe one day when you're able to get out on your own and have your own place, you can have you a nice fish room. Chewy says, well, Corey's would love the fact of low pH, but live bearers or African cichlids would not like that water too much. That's true. My angel is doing fine. She's not sickly. She's eating. Yes, we do, she says. Talking about the all girls live streams. Gerardo says, missing you. Live plants always help. Yeah, the tank is full of live plants. And you know, they've really been blooming with the nitrates. And I thought that, what am I doing with 160 ppm of nitrates with live plants? It just didn't make sense to me. unless, like Michelle said, something's died in the tank. Well, I put 2 mystery snails in there, and I've gotten out, I believe, every rainbow fish that died. So, oh boy. All right, we're going to be changing this subject at 6:36 over to, don't forget, Friday morning at 9 a.m. My special guest is going to be Royal Fish Aquatics from Florida. His name is Carlos, and I've been selling him some of my fish, but he has a lot of variety of fish. And he was on Father Fish's video the other day. He brought in a box of swordtails, and I'm not even going to start naming them because I don't know all of the names of the live bearers that he shared. I mean, that he sold to Father Fish. GRB Aquatics, hello, good day, Susan and everyone. Hello, GRB. And man, I'm behind, aren't I? I'm about 10 minutes behind. Might be the temp. Kent's fish house the poop. I never see poop, but they're eating. So they got to be eating and pooping. Their bellies are not swollen like they're impacted or anything. So I never see poop on my rainbows. I asked y'all last week, do they poop? Carlos says I should move them to another tank. I would love to, honey, but I don't have another tank. That's you know, I have 17 tanks and all of them have livestock in it. Oh, yep. Or I could go to Walmart and get a plastic tub, right? But then I'd have to put filtration on it and cycle it. So good, good suggestions, but I'm just being real with my limitations. Don says, true, Chewy, I think the sudden drop of pH could be affecting the rainbows. They cannot handle pH fluctuations. And that's why, even though the pH is improving, it's killing them. The 6.0 was killing them. The 6.8 and 7.0 is killing them. I don't know. Thank you, Daryl, for sharing my Patreon. I have activated my Patreon account again for those who would like to help support me for at least working on it. Now I should have audio. Woohoo! Thank you. All right, sorry about that, guys. Laptop. Okay, because if it's only the tank with these types of perimeters, then I would think some other factors are involved as well. HC Aqua says I'm back. Hello, Jesse. Dan Slee. The most important thing in regards to pH is understanding how buffering works below 7 and above 7. And I don't know how that works. So education is what I need. The Backwoods Serpentarium channel. Well, hello, the Backwoods Serpentarium channel. Madfish Deefa's in the house. Daryl, GRB, Anarachid Aquatics. Hopefully you will have some audio here within a few seconds. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Jesse. Hi, guys. I'm back. Fish Kid Jake, I'm back. My laptop rebooted. Sorry about that. So we need some, I've got articles for the February newsletter coming up. So if you would, right here, email me at score48@yahoo.com. Anything that you want to add to the newsletter. It's going to be a shorter newsletter because I haven't had the time to work on it, but there's going to be some great articles in there. phchanges says use slc-30 promo code when you shop at phchanges.com to get 30% off your entire order, and 8% of the profits will be donated to Project Piaba for a limited time. Well, thank you, Diego at phchanges. Y'all check out phchanges.com. Use promo code at checkout SLC30 to get 30% off of your order. Thank you, Diego. Tampa Tom's Fishing is in the house. Hello, Tampa Tom. Okay, if it's below 7, Dan says, you need a slow-release acidic source, decaying organics, or buffering substrates that slow release acids. Okay. Fish Kid Jake just hit 250 subs. Congratulations, sweetheart. All right, Dan, let me read that again. I need a slow release acidic source, decaying organics, or buffering substrates that slow release acids. Okay, I don't want acidic. It's at 6.0 and it needs to be at 7 or 7.2. Usually any pH problem, if in the normal range, even for fish, is a stability problem. Yeah, and my nitrates, Dan, were off the scale, so I did a 70% water change, which probably shocked them also. But I wanted to get those nitrates down as quickly as possible, and what I should have done is probably 10 to 20% water change daily to gradually bring the pH back down, the nitrates back down. Yes, Diego has reached his 300 subs. Thanks for your all's help. I appreciate it. Now he's going to do his giveaway, and is that going to be on Wednesday night, Diego? Kent's Fish says you could, if you don't see poop, then something is eating that poop. Feed them red food, then green food, and watch them poop it out or deworm them. I've been feeding them anti-parasitic medicated fish flakes, and I have not yet seen any poop. So I've seen poop out of my angelfish. I've seen poop out of the denison barbs. But thanks for that idea, Kent. They look thin to you? Kind of like a wasting disease or something? Maybe I've not been feeding them enough. They loved I put freeze-dried brine shrimp cubes in there, and they love them. When I did the water change, my plants were pearling. Watch new vlogs every Wednesdays. All right. Dan says, if possible, okay, anyone know where I can get my hands on some Amazon mollies, the all-female species? No, I don't. If possible, easiest would be move the stock to another tank, reset it all at once, and get it stable above 7. I guess I'm going to have to get a plastic. I could put them in a bucket. Maple Street Aquatics. Hello, Brandon. Hi, Susan. Fish Kid Jake saying hi, hi, hi. Pet Sonic says, yes, I plan on doing the giveaway tomorrow at 5 Central Time. If I can be ready by then. Awesome. Okay. I appreciate everybody's help, and I will see what I can get done. And I will give you all updates Friday morning. And I got to see what I can clean out. I may have to bring that 20-gallon tub in the house. Full Moon Aquatic says, maybe that anti-parasitic food killed some of your good bio. Still would balance the tank with stability. Okay. I'm thinking. Yes, the barbs are doing so well at that they are looking like they want to breed. I know I have one female in here. Yeah, I've got 2 of them that are looking like they want to breed. Dan says, and realize also, Susan, that your filter probably isn't going to change like the change either. The bacteria in an acidic tank that contributes to the cycle are different than above 7. Okay. Chewy says, well, they are from that area that receives a lot of rainfall and leaves in their water at Dan Slee. Madfish Diva says, awesome. Hope you get some barb babies, Chewy LTD. I'm referring to Susan. Yep. I'm the one that's got the Denison barbs. I'll show it to you again. I know the camera. I want to shrink this back down. The camera's cockeyed. Hold on a second. Okay, there you go, Madfish Diva. You can see the Denison barbs, and those over here in the corner are getting a little frisky with each other. That one there looks like an egg-laden female. My angelfish actually acts like she wants to lay eggs. Howdy, folks. Select Pets in the house. Angie, a.k.a. Mrs. B. Oh, Lord, have mercy. My chat goes so fast sometimes. Dr. Black is in the house. Hello, Dr. Black. Fish Kids Jake. All right. Joe Coffee's in the house. Hey, Joe, if there's anybody I've missed, please let me know. Dan says, Susan, will do my best to remember to write something up later for you on pH stability. Thank you, Dan. Dr. Black says, good day, you mob. Chewy says, now my advice here would to get the rainbows into harder water and do water changes with rainwater or distilled water. Okay. Nothing like some frisky fish, Diva says. um, this is a beautiful tank. I've never had a tank with this many plants in it. That plant right there. Let me see if I can get around my picture. Look at that plant. It's 21 inches tall. It's an Amazon sword. The valves reaching across the surface of the water. My Anubis are all blooming. My Java ferns. There's another Amazon sword in the left-hand corner. I have chain swords in here. Try giving money to your husband. I read that on Google. I love you, honey. Rod Core is my husband, everybody. Welcome him into the chat. Jesse HC Aqua is laughing at Rod. It is a gorgeous tank, Madfish Diva says. Thank you. Angie, how are you doing? Chewy says, all of the fish that like softer water are doing well. True. So, I need some crushed coral. Looking forward to your auction stream in 2 hours, GRB Aquatics. And yeah, Dr. Black 66 is running auction stream. Thank you, Madfish Diva. Yeah, everybody, Rod has lost his sister. Diego says, hi, Rod Core, LOL. But yeah, you can see where the rainbows are suffering. So I'm going to try my best to get them into a container. I would move the rainbow fish like Dan suggested, and it could be a good answer to the issue. Thank you, Chewy. Thank you, Dan. Crystals, Pets, and Plants. Hey, hey, SLC. Hello, Crystal. How are you doing? And I know I'm going to be closing out the stream here in a few minutes. I thank everybody for your help and suggestions, and I will put my brain together with your suggestions and try my best to help save the ones that I have left. And don't forget, Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time, my special guest will be Royal Fish Aquatics out of Florida. And I will be interviewing him. And we will be having a great time learning about his business there in Florida. Chewy says, yes, it is beautiful. I like the barbs a lot. They are looking really good. Thank you. But he will be my special guest Friday morning. And anybody who wants to follow me on my other channel, Susan shares inspirational messages. I will be running a ministry fundraiser soon on that channel for a ministry called Operation Italy, and Pastor Abel Arelli will be my special guest, and we will be trying to raise funds for their ministry there in Fresno, Italy. So check that out. Watch my schedule. And if you haven't subscribed to it, we are a Christian. I'm not part of his organization. He's just a friend in the ministry. So again, thank you everyone for joining me tonight. Thank you for all of your love and your support, your suggestions. And I will be playing Dr. Susan at SLC Aquatics, trying to save these poor rainbow fish. Thank you again for viewing. Yes, Italy. Frosinone, Italy.